The Rune Sockets of Finitude Part 2. The Rune Sockets of Finitude were now ready for the secret, mystical ritual to be performed.
Okay, so now we've wasted time putting the Stones of Finitude into the Rune Sockets of Finitude. So what's next? Move the Rune Sockets somewhere and use them to form the Stone Circle of Finitude?
Talia could hardly wait to embark on the ritual and infuse the stones with power. But in fact, just saying the secret magic word Xylopylo was enough to start the ritual.
Yeah, sure. I say Xylopylo, and then you'll say something stupid, like in that previous mission, the Ascent, with the flabery dicks or whatever it was.
And so Talia set the ritual in motion.
Hey, wait a minute, what the hell? I'm not even prepared yet. My dungeon from the previous map suddenly disappeared. I'm starting from scratch here.
Talia was not yet fully aware of the consequences of the ritual. She probably thought she would be charging the gauntlet of Finitude, but in fact, the genius evil was following a different plan.
I beg your pardon? Why am I only being told this now? And this genius evil you're talking about, that little rugrat over there fervently stuffing a booger in his mouth?
If you wouldn't keep interrupting me, these long intro sequences would be much shorter. Look, it's quite simple. Take good care of the stones so they don't get broken. Unfortunately, someone has also informed the dwarf Queen Brynhild that you are here and she is now on her way to you.
Probably one of those blabbermouth developers for suspense and stuff. Forward, creatures! Make ready! Build traps and rooms and bring me more sharpened spears for my meeting with those damn developers later.
A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. One of the rune sockets is under attack. Ding dong, it's payday. An artifact was discovered in the dungeon. The bonus-grabbing evil had stored an artifact in order to unleash its powers. This power of this stone of finitude increased the efficiency of the efficient evil's rooms. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon.
Oi! Time to pay a little visit to the underground, lads! Chase off those critters down there!
Your enemies are in the dungeon. The bonus-grabbing evil had stored an
Oi, come lads! Let's see some action down there in the dungeon. Smash that little dungeon crystal thingy, or one of the rune sockets, or at least destroy a few rooms.
This stone of finitude strengthened the attacking power of the destructive evil's creatures. creatures are collecting their pay.
Sure showed
This
it.
stone of finitude increased the efficiency of all rooms. The power of this stone of finitude sped up the speedy evil's creatures.
I'm gonna make a xylophone out of those scrawny little dark elf legs.
The gain in experience of all creatures was significantly increased by the stone of finitude. The power of this stone of finitude strengthened the strike force of the attacking evil's creatures. Was it a bird? Was it a plane? No, it was just an ordinary shipment of goods hurtling across the map. Intercepting it was sure to yield a fair amount of evilness. The experienced stone of finitude allowed the curious evil's creatures to gain experience more quickly than ever.
Oi! Take those rune sockets apart! We don't want that vermin!
This stone of finitude strengthened the creature's attacking power. This stone of finitude made all creatures gain experience much faster. The power of this stone of finitude strengthened the injurious evil's creatures and imbued their blows with more oomph. A Chow Dash Eats delivery service whizzed across the map. This stone of finitude strengthened the attacking power of the destructive evil's creatures. Your gold vein is nearly exhausted. This stone of finitude sped all of the creatures up. The power of this stone of finitude strengthened all of the creatures' attacking power. The stone of finitude made all of the creatures faster. The power of this stone of finitude strengthened the strike force of the attacking evil's creatures.
time to smash a few rune sockets. Off you go. Take care of it, lads.
Ding dong! It's payday! Enemies have entered the dungeon. The charity organization Petting Dogs and Cats for Armless Children had carelessly sent out a shipment. Pretty much an Evilness delivery service, to be honest. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon. The power of this stone of finitude strengthened all of the creature's attacking power.
Talia, your days are numbered. The Goddess of Light will punish you.
I already blew out the Goddess's light in the last add-on.
This stone of finitude amplified the speed of all creatures. Nice. This stone of finitude strengthened the creature's attacking power. This stone of finitude sped up the moves, like Flash Evil's creatures.
It's payday.
The gain in experience of all creatures was significantly increased by the Stone of Finitude.
Brynhild, obviously you are unable to take care of the problem. I'll be with you soon, but until then, my subordinates will be only too happy to take care of the problem. Forward, man! For the light!
Strengthened or intimidated by Tanos' words, the heroes stormed into the dungeon. They seemed to have actually received a blessing, which would at least explain the strange shimmering.
Ha! Doped or not, we're gonna wipe the floor with that handful of heroes. Forward, creatures! Hack those weapons, sharpen those traps, and polish your opponents!
This power of this Stone of Finitude increased the efficiency of the efficient evil's rooms. A construction crew set out to rebuild the destroyed hero buildings. The power of this Stone of Finitude now allowed the regenerating evil's creatures to slowly, well, you know, regenerate. Your enemies are in the dungeon. The power of this Stone of Finitude strengthened the injurious evil's creatures and imbued their blows with more oomph. The Stone of Finitude made all of the creatures faster. Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein. Payday. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. The power of this stone of finitude strengthened all of the creature's attacking power. The power of this stone of finitude allowed the healing evil's creatures to slowly regenerate over time. The power of this stone of finitude sped up the speedy evil's creatures. A gold vein is almost exhausted.
You're going to get a move on and destroy those room sockets!
A gold vein has been mined out. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. Your enemies are in the dungeon. This stone of finitude strengthened the creature's attacking power. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Protect the Rune sockets. This stone of finitude amplified the speed of all creatures. Nice. Payday. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. This stone of finitude sped up the moves, like flash evil's creatures. A shipment of relief supplies for the needy was underway. That sounded like some easy-to-earn evilness. The power of this stone of finitude strengthened the strike force of the attacking evil's creatures. This stone of finitude amplified the speed of all creatures. Nice.
Despair not, my faithful. The goddess watches over you. Forward! Destroy the rune sockets!
Enemies are in the dungeon. The construction crew set out to restore the shattered hero buildings.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
This stone of finitude strengthened the attacking power of the destructive evil's creatures.
Oi! What the hell kind of ape show is this, damn it? Looks like it's time I took matters into my own hands and give this filth a good thrashing. Into the underground and chop up the crystal thingy.
With these well-honed words, Brynhild, the Dwarf Queen, set off for the dungeon. Your gold vein is nearly exhausted. The power of this stone of finitude strengthened all of the creature's attacking power. Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein. The Dwarf Queen, Brynhild, entered the dungeon. This might even actually prove to be a little exciting.
Oh, what's that stink down here? Time to air this place out and take out the trash.
Oh, don't worry, I'll just cut off your nose so you don't have to smell anything. And of course, by that, I mean that my creatures will take care of it. Go ahead, grab her, smack her on the schnoz, and rub fiery chili powder on her mucous membranes.
Oi! You scratched me there! For that, I'm gonna chop off your hair and use it to floss my teeth! Oi! Ah! So much blood!
Talia, you vile creature, you dare attack Brynhild? Not today, not this time, not again!
A portal opened in front of Brynhild, the Dwarf Queen, and transported her to safety.
What? No way! Treachery! I was just getting ready to give that dwarf the nose job I promised her earlier. Oh, you'll pay for this, Thanos.
Not this time, Talia. Instead, a few of my faithful are going to visit your dungeon. Prepare yourself for the wrath of the light!
With an unpleasant plop, a couple of freshly rested heroes suddenly appeared in the dungeon.
I hate stupid game mechanics like this. That's cheating. But anyway, I'm gonna wipe the floor with them. Okay, creatures, finish them off. Flatten them. Cut off their support socks. Ha 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 ha!
One of the Rune sockets is under attack.
Your throne room is under attack.
A gold vein has been mined out.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
This stone of Finitude strengthened the attacking power of the destructive evil's creatures. Ding dong! It's payday! This stone of Finitude sped all of the creatures up. This stone of Finitude strengthened the creature's attacking power. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. This stone of Finitude amplified the speed of all creatures. Nice. The power of this stone of Finitude strengthened the injurious evil's creatures and imbued their blows with more oomph. The power of this stone of Finitude allowed all creatures to slowly regenerate over time.
Open, sacred golden portals of light. Send heroes into the darkness of the dungeon, that our enemies might be destroyed.
Payday.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
The power of this stone of finitude allowed the healing evil's creatures to slowly regenerate over time. The power of this stone of finitude strengthened the strike force of the attacking evil's creatures. This stone of finitude sped up the moves, like Flash Evil's creatures.
Dahlia, you despicable scum! I curse the day I took you in with me instead of drowning you in a well.
Your gold vein is nearly exhausted. This stone of finitude strengthened the creature's attacking power. Thanks to this stone of finitude, all creatures were able to slowly regenerate over time. The power of this stone of finitude sped up the speedy evil's creatures.
It's payday.
This stone of finitude strengthened the attacking power of the destructive evil's creatures. This stone of finitude sped up the moves, like flash evil's creatures. You have discovered an artifact. An artifact had been stored and was now manifesting its powers. The Swimming with Dolphins for the Starving Relief Society was moving a donation to a safe place. Unfortunately, they had not counted on the merciless evil's nearby dungeon.
Princess of Light, open your golden portals and deploy your valiant warriors against these abominations!
This stone of Finitude strengthened the creature's attacking power. Defend the dungeon heart. Protect the rune sockets. Payday. The stone of Finitude made all of the creatures faster. Talia and the Planning Evil had completed the ritual.
Finally! Finally! Man, that crap took forever. And why the hell did we perform that stupid ritual?
Well, first off, the ritual site still needs to be cleaned, but we'll get onto that in part 3 of this mission.
Part 3? Are you freaking serious?
Just kidding, the ritual is over.
Wow, you're really dancing on a volcano. You know that? My sense of humor has now left the building. Okay, but what has this ritual brought us?
The Witty Evil's plan had come to full fruition. A huge, powerful field of energy arose between the rune sockets. A powerful weapon, capable of destroying even a being charged by the stones of Finitude, such as the mutated Thanos.
Oh, I get it now. So we've set up a giant energy trap for Thanos, and now all we have to do is shove him into it. Huh, not a bad plan at all. Better than what I would have expected from those kitsch scribblers. Okay then, off to the final battle! That spear for Thanos' head is still frightfully lonely.